That's not the way that the Ravens wanted to start their season, but it's exactly how the Broncos and Peyton Manning wanted to avenge that playoff loss from last year. So Peyton Manning, 7 touchdowns. He is now just the 6th player in NFL history to do so, the last time being 1969. Donovan, your reaction?
I'm amazed by the offense and the way they played. Obviously, there was a lot of questions, obviously, on the offensive line, but I like to focus on the wide receivers. He was out there throwing touchdown passes like it was 7-on-7. The Baltimore Ravens, to me, seemed confused by the middle of the second quarter. And I say that because the linebackers were kind of out of place, their safeties were out of place, their corners were trying to figure out if they were in man, if they were in zone. And to me, when you have that front four, who I think is very aggressive and one of the best in the league, they couldn't get to Peyton Manning. He was getting the ball off, he was checking at the line of scrimmage, and that fast-paced offense was something that controlled the whole game.
Now his second year with his own system, but this personnel, and keep in mind, he broke in 10 new guys, including Wes Welker tonight.
Donovan, we have all these new weapons in Denver, and you've got Welker on one side, you've got Thomas on the other. Now you have Julius Thomas as well. But is this really Peyton orchestrating everything? Does he deserve all the credit here?
Well, I don't think he deserves all the credit because everyone put their hand in it. I think, but you have to look at the defense by the way the defense played. Obviously, losing Von Miller and Doomerville and questions in the secondary with Champ Bailey, you have to look at that secondary and you have to give them a little credit because of the way they played. They were able to get pass rush on Joe Flacco. I believe Sean Phillips had 3 sacks today. People were really questioning if he was going to be that guy to generate sacks. And I think what you do is you have to look at the film or watch the game and say, Jack Del Rio did his job, was able to get the guys in great formation, blitz packages, and make sure that they put pressure on Joe Flacco to have him get the ball out.
You just did the telestration with Julius Thomas. This guy played 1 year at Portland State.
He's a basketball player.
He's a basketball player. Yes, exactly. And to add that to your arsenal, Jacoby Jones, the momentum seemed to change when he went out.
Yeah.
So that was one element of it.
Right.
But there was also huge question marks for the defense of the Ravens, and losing in total 9 starters, both offense and defense, sometimes 8, depending if you include Dennis Pitta. But does this expose, or how much does this expose this Ravens team now?
I got to say that for the teams that are playing Baltimore next, that's something you will continue to attack. If you can block up that front four, you can really attack that secondary and the linebacker position.
But you got to remember, I mean, next week they don't play Peyton Manning again. You know, so you look at this game and you say a quarterback's come on, he has a record-breaking night, he has 7 touchdowns. Next week, you're like, we don't have to play that guy again.
But, you know, Ephraim, there were question marks about this defense.
Absolutely. They just got accentuated now going against a great quarterback like Peyton Manning. Next week, it shouldn't be this bad.
You're not worried about this defense?
I am worried about this defense, but not to the extent that they're going to be giving up, 7 touchdowns.
It's a tough ask when you lose those guys and your first assignment is against Peyton.
Yeah, that's a tough ask. That's difficult to do.
So let's look at this team, this Denver Broncos team. They go to New York next week, the Manning Bowl. Donovan and I, when we were watching this game, we were looking at their schedule.
You know what? It's funny that while we're looking at the schedule, I'm thinking this team can really go 14-2.
Wow. Who are the 2 losses?
And the 2 losses, I say, probably one Kansas City, which is probably up in the air, and Houston.
Okay.
And other than that, I mean, if they win those games, I mean, we might be talking about like the New England Patriots going undefeated into the playoffs.
They scored 49 points tonight. Are they going to have to keep scoring those type of numbers to let Von Miller and Champ Bailey get healthy again?
Well, I think it's a positive when you see something like this, but they're not going to be able to do that every week. The defense is going to come up with different schemes. Jack Del Rio understands we have to put pressure on the quarterback, and if they're able to do that during the season, I mean, we could be talking about this team later in February.
And they almost had a defensive touchdown with the pick 6 that was dropped 1 inch from the goal line.
Bonehead play.
One more step and get in the end zone.
No, this team was also 13-4 last year and were bounced by this aforementioned Ravens team.